everyone. It is February 14th, I believe, today, 2018, which means in 4 days, on the 18th, I will be 4 years on testosterone. And as of yesterday, the 13th, I am 2.5 years post-op top surgery. Um, this coming April, I'll be 2 years post-op hysterectomy, I think. Yeah, 2 years. But I think the most exciting thing to me is 4 years on T. So there aren't really any changes to go over. Honestly, I'm still getting more and more body hair as the months go by. My facial hair is just kind of still dirty and gross and just kind of patchy. I don't have a lot of facial hair. I mean, it is what it is. My brother has a lot of facial hair, but it took him into his 20s to start getting it and be able to grow a full beard. So I'm just being patient because once it comes, it's going to be here forever and I'll have to deal with it forever. So I just kind of let it grow out all nasty like this and then shave it when I remember to. Um, but I'm pretty happy with like the sideburns. I don't mind the way those kind of look. That's kind of connected here, and then this bald patch drives me nuts, but um, that's kind of what I'm waiting on. Everything else is where it is going to be change wise. It's been 4 years. I mean, I can't remember if I talked about this whenever my last testosterone update was, but I have slimmed out a little bit on my hips, just a little bit, like more on my waist actually, because my pant size went down. But my hips are still kind of there, and that's because I don't exercise, I haven't changed my diet, and I don't put in any effort. So if I put in effort, I'm sure that I could slim my hips down a bit. But honestly, I haven't really noticed a change in them, which is disappointing. But that's because I don't put in any effort, and that's totally on me. Testosterone is not magic and does everything for you. You still have to put in some work, and I just don't. So that would be why my hips still look the way that they do. Um, but my waist did slim out a little bit, just from some fat redistribution over the last year or so. Um, the biggest change, which has only been a few weeks now, is that I switched from testosterone shots to testosterone gel. I was having wicked anxiety about doing my own injections. I had been doing them for the entire time pretty much I've been on T. I don't have anybody who can do them for me. And it wasn't the needle that was bothering me. It was actually injecting myself that was bothering me. It didn't hurt or anything, and I had been doing it for years, but all of a sudden I was getting really, really bad anxiety about actually having to inject myself. So I started looking into getting testosterone gel, which I knew was very expensive. I had hopes that if you live in Ontario, you would know about OHIP Plus, which is this new program the government has started that if you're under 24 or 24 and under, I don't remember, then all of your drugs, prescription drugs, would be covered 100% by the government. However, I knew when they started advertising this about a year ago that this was going to happen. I knew they would find some reason to not cover what I needed. And of course they did, even though they, say whatever, all drugs, they're advertising it that way. And I knew they would find exceptions for certain things. So anyway, I went into my endocrinologist in January for my regular appointment. And I said I would like to switch to testosterone gel because of my anxiety about the needles. And so the nurse she filled out the prescription, said it's all going to be good. I said it's going to be covered, right? She said, yep, it's going to be covered 100% by OHIP Plus. And then the endocrinologist came in and he asked me, are you still legally female? And I said, yes. I have not legally changed my gender marker to male. And he said, the government is not going to cover it then, because they will only cover testosterone gel for cisgender men who have testicular issues. He said if my gender marker was male, then he could just write that I had testicular issues, my testicular issue being I don't have testicles. Um, but he could write testicular issues and then it would be covered by OHIP Plus. But because my gender marker is not changed, they will see female and go, you clearly don't have testicular issues, so you can't have this drug. Under the exceptional access program, from what he has told me, the government will cover testosterone shots because they're much cheaper. So from what I've been told, OHIP Plus will cover testosterone shots for trans people under the Exceptional Access Program. However, they will not cover gel. He said I can apply to the Exceptional Access Program to see if they will cover the gel for me. He'll write that my anxiety about the shots is happening and whatever. Anyway, it took about a week. I got a response from the government saying, no, we're not covering it. So thankfully, my insurance just kicked in at my work. I just started in January of this year. I finally got health insurance. And my insurance or my benefit package covers prescription drugs 100%. So I was worried. I'm like, they're going to pull something as well. They're going to pull some exception why they won't cover it. And as of yet, they haven't. So I went and filled the prescription, 100% covered by my own health benefits from work. And so I've been on testosterone gel now for 3 weeks, I think. It was around the end of January I started. So yeah, it's been about 3 weeks. And I'm not on androgel. There's a new gel. I think it's only in Canada, but it's called Taro Testosterone Gel. This is the box. I don't know if you can read that. But this is a new generic brand of gel, testosterone gel. I looked up the ingredients. Androgel is the exact same ingredients as this drug. Everything is the same. It's just a generic brand. It's not Androgel. So for those of you who don't know about testosterone gel, it comes in these little packets, and I'm on one of these packets per day. And this is the 2.5 grams packet. There is a 5-gram packet, I think. But because I was on pretty much half of a dose of the shots that most people are on, my endocrinologist decided to put me on a half dose of the gel to see where I'm at hormone level wise. Because when I went in January, my hormone levels were at a 24, which is exactly where they're supposed to be. So my next blood test is in April. So I'll see if the gel is absorbing properly and if my levels have gone up, gone down, stayed the same, whatever. I haven't been experiencing any headaches or any withdrawal symptoms since starting the gel, which is a good sign that my body is actually absorbing it. I don't think I've been experiencing any kind of like heightened changes or anything to suggest that the gel is absorbing more than the shots were, or that like my dose has increased with this gel. I think I'm pretty steady around the same place. So hopefully when I get my blood work, it'll just kind of be where I was already at, because I was at a perfect place hormone level wise. So yeah, that's kind of the big news is that I'm on the gel now. I'm not annoyed with it yet. I was kind of thinking I wanted to just take a break from the shots for a bit. I think at some point in my life I will absolutely go back on the shots because it's much more convenient to do a shot every 2 weeks than it is to put gel on every single day. But for now, this is really, really good for me. And I can't handle the shots right now because I just don't have anybody in my life to do it for me. If I had someone in my family or if I had a partner who would do it for me, then I would absolutely just be on the shots because it's more convenient. But I don't have someone to do it for me, so I'd rather just be on the gel right now. Um, yeah, I haven't had any issues with it. It absorbs pretty quickly. They're pretty like the instructions are pretty intense about like transmitting it to other people. So it just says wash your hands very thoroughly and don't let people touch where you've applied it. So I apply it both shoulders and also my abdomen, because that's the 3 places it says to apply it, and I just do all 3 every day because why not? And I find it hard to tear the package open because it just doesn't like to very nicely. So what I have is these little cosmetic scissors, and I just keep them in the box and I use them to cut the package open. I don't use them for anything else, so if there is a little bit of testosterone on them, then nobody else is touching them. No, it's not going anywhere else, so it's not an issue. I also use a rubber glove on the hand that I'm using to actually like rub it in, just because I don't. When I wash my hands afterward, you can feel all of the testosterone coming off of them, even like it's absorbed into your hand in the minutes that it's taken you to rub it on yourself, and then you feel it washing off. I don't like the waste of the testosterone, and I also am very paranoid about passing it on or rubbing or putting it on like the tap or the soap or whatever, and my family, touching it and getting that. I don't know. I'm just paranoid. I like it better. I have a rubber glove and I use a different one every day, and I just throw them out. And I just use one to apply it, and that way there's no waste. Everything's being absorbed where it's supposed to be, and then I can just inside out the glove, put the testosterone empty packet inside there, throw it in the garbage. There's no chance of anybody in my family touching it, or coming into contact with it, and then obviously washing my hands afterward, even though my hand didn't actually touch the testosterone at all. Leave your shirt off for like, it says like 5-6 minutes, and then you can put a shirt on over top, and it obviously covers the places where the testosterone is. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far because it's not needles, and I guess I'll do an update maybe depending on what my levels are like in April, because I'm curious. I want to know if this has affected my levels at all. I haven't felt anything emotionally or anything to suggest that my hormones are out of control right now, but yeah, I guess I'll quickly show my chest as well, being 2.5 years post-op. The scars have significantly lightened. This one's still thicker here. I do the bio oil sometimes when I remember, but not usually. When I'm cold, the scars go really purple and very noticeable, but just regularly, they're quite faded, and I don't really see them anymore. But I'm sure over the next couple years they'll fade more, and then they'll just kind of be gone. So yeah, that's kind of everything that's been going on recently. If you have any questions about the testosterone gel or anything like that, let me know. Yeah, 4 years on T. That's weird to say. It doesn't feel real. I don't know. It feels like it's been longer than that, but at the same time, it's like, wow, that I remember watching people pre-T, like when I was pre-T, watching people's videos of like 4 or 5 years on T and being like, wow, that's so far away, and now it's just here, and it just feels natural. Yeah. So thanks for watching. See ya.